Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today I'm going to talk to you about the restaurants that we have on the beautiful Carnival Mardi Gras. There are a plethora of them. There are so many to choose from. We actually went on and we went for 7 days. We didn't go in the main dining room once. We went to the specialty restaurants every other night. So I want to give you a summary of what to expect when you go on there. You know, this is the reason we do your time, anytime dining as opposed to early and late, because we don't want to have them hold a seat for us when we're not going to be there. You know, when we cruise on some of the older ships without so many restaurants, we do like to do the late dining, so we can get to know our group and everything like that. But you can request the same people in your time, anytime, each night if you want to, you know. So you go in there first night and you like the people you have. You may have to wait a bit longer to get in there, but you can go to the maitre d'. You can say, we sat with X person last night. We'd love to be back in their area again. We can go in there. So you can do your time dining with the same people. And you know, that way you don't have to make them save you a seat that doesn't get used every night like in the other ones. Because again, we on these newer ships, we spend so much time in the new restaurants because they're so good. But anyway, I digress. It's not about this. This video is about showing you what the restaurants look like on the beautiful Carnival Mardi Gras. So have a gander at these. I'm hungry already, even thinking about it. We're going to start you with Bonsai teppanyaki. This is on deck 8 mid, slightly forward of mid, but it overlooks the center stage area from the outside. As you'll see, there's 3 teppanyaki tables right there. Make reservations early, it always sells out. I believe it's $32 a person. I'll show you the menu after I've shown you the video of this and Bonsai sushi, which is right next door. Again, I recommend strongly you make a reservation in advance because it does sell out. And then right next to it, we have the Bonsai sushi, where you don't need reservations and it rarely sells out. I've never seen it that busy, but it's always good food. And this is pay for whatever you order. And again, I'm going to show you the menu for this after I show you this little video. So these are next to each other on deck 8 mid. Again, slightly forward, but you won't miss them if you go to the midship. So that's Bonsai sushi. Here's the menu for the teppanyaki. Freeze and look if you want. I'm not having these up for too long. And there's Bonsai sushi's menu. Always subject to change, of course. And there are the drinks and desserts you can get at Bonsai sushi. Now we're going to go to Carnival Kitchen. Again, we're doing this alphabetically, so it's all over the place, but Carnival Kitchen is going to be on deck 6 aft. This is where you'll do the cooking classes and also the chef's table right now, because you cannot go in the main chef's table area because you have to go through the galley, and you can't. But if you pay for the cooking classes, you'll come in here, you'll each get assigned a section to cook, and you'll follow the chef. Lots of fun. Chibang, this is the Japanese Mexican cuisine. This is going to be on deck 8 aft, sorry, deck 8 forward. And there's your menu out front. You can also see this menu on the hub. And I'm going to show you the proper menu afterwards as well. As you'll see, it's a nice big restaurant. So this is going to be there forever, I reckon. There's not enough room in the main restaurants to handle everybody, so they have this overflow of here and the cucina, which we'll show you next, which are going to be very large restaurants. If you made these pay restaurants, you'd never fill them. So I don't anticipate this ever changing on this ship. But as you'll see, it's a very large restaurant indeed for what you might be expecting. You can do lunch and dinner, and they're both free. We ate, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was my favorite meal I ever had, but certainly wasn't terrible, and it was free. And here are the menus: Chinese appetizers and mains, and your Mexican appetizers and mains. Again, this is subject to change, but this is what it was when we were on in December 2021. And there's your desserts. They do also offer you some of the classics from the main Carnival menus, as you can see. Now we're going to move on to Ciao Del Capitano. This is on deck 8 mid. So Chibang was deck 8 forward. This is deck 8 mid. A modified menu from the one you're used to in the pay restaurant on the other ships. They took some items away. For example, the gnocchi I know is not on there. But again, it's free. Is it as good? No, but it's free. And another nice large restaurant, as you can see. Yeah, this particular week we did not eat in the main dining room, which I'll show you at the end of this video, because there were so many other restaurants we wanted to try and we did not have time. 7 days just wasn't enough to do all the restaurants. So as you can see, a nice large restaurant in Kitchener. You can make reservations on the hub, and there are your menu items. You can actually, if you're your time, anytime dining, you can select a first available between here, Chibang, and the Palm restaurant, which I'll show you in a while. And then whatever comes available first is where you'll go, if you want to do that. So these are all your menu items there, and there's your regulars you can get from the main menu. Now we're going to move on to Emerald Bistro. This is deck 6 aft. It's just forward of the Palm restaurant, the Your Time Dining, which I'll show you at the end. But it was never that busy, but the food was amazing. And it's reasonably priced, especially the breakfast items. Definitely recommend it. And here are the breakfast items. These are all $5 and they were all excellent. We actually had beignets when we were there as well. And then there's your small plate. I think these were $8 and your larger plates were $11. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the price they were. So that was Emerald's. Now we've moved up to deck 17 midship, just by the upper level of the Red Frog. And right behind there, you're going to find Guy's Burgers. Did not eat here this week, so I did not see how crowded it got. But as you will see, it's a very large area they allowed for it. I think a lot more people went to Shaq's Big Chicken, which we showed. There's the menu. And now we're moving on to Guy's Pigeon Anchor BBQ. This is on deck, what deck was this? Deck 8 aft. This is by the Summer Landing and the Heroes Bar. And that's where you'll do the barbecue. It's free. Again, they do lunch and they do dinner. As always, if you've eaten in this on the pay restaurant, the meal is a bit better. They did take some stuff away, but it certainly wasn't bad. So we ate in here one night. Now this is Java Blue, the coffee specialist coffee place. Now, one thing I do recommend you do if you get the chances to go to this little area here, they have various pastries, empanadas and stuff like that out during the week, and they are free sandwiches. Definitely check those out because there's some really good stuff in there and it was free. So that's Java Blue. That is on deck 6 mid, just by the cherry on top. Moving back up to deck 8 mid, you've got your pizza. This is kind of close to the Ciao Del Capitano for obvious reasons, and your deli is right next to it. So this is deck 8 mid, you have the pizza. If you're not used to, or if you are used to pizza, you expect it to be up on Lido at the back of the ship. But on this ship, it's on deck 8 mid. So there's a little bit of getting used to where things are. There's the deli. There are some of the items they have there. So that's the pizza and the deli, deck 8 mid. My favorite restaurant on the whole ship was Rudis Sea Grill. This is kind of right next to those two. It's on deck 8 mid again. There's Julie making a reservation. And we're going to head in here. And there you go. We did eat in here early. And I did hear if you ate in a bit later, it did take quite a while to get your food. So if you're in any rush, I would recommend going early. They have an outside area, which primarily is for people that didn't follow the dress code. So you can still go in here if you don't follow the dress code, as I understand it, but they will seat you outside. To be inside, you've got to be dressed smartly, like you do in the Steakhouse. $38, and it was a really, really awesome meal. Definitely my favorite meal of the week was here in Rudis Sea Grill. So I strongly recommend it. Again, deck 8 mid. There's the outside area. And there's your menu. I had the halibut. And it was amazing. There's your desserts. And now we're going to Shaq's Big Chicken. This is Julie's favorite, I think, of the week. They do a breakfast option and a lunch option here. The breakfast option, you can get biscuits with sausage or chicken, and the lunch is basically chicken sandwiches and fries, but really good quality. Definitely recommend you come here at least once. I think we went pretty much every day at some point or another. And this is situated at deck 16 aft, right by the Tides pool bar, which is on the opposite side to this. So again, there's Shaq's Big Chicken, deck 16 aft, and there's your menu. Slightly different in the morning than the afternoon. And now here's your standard steakhouse. This is going to be on deck 7 aft. I will say it's not the largest steakhouse I've seen. So again, I would recommend you make reservations early if you know you want to eat in the steakhouse, because you might be disappointed on board, especially once they get to full capacity. Because as you'll see, it is not the largest steakhouse, especially with the number of people on the ship. So again, that's your steakhouse, deck 7 aft. It's just past the Alchemy Bar. I was told that the bar out front of here was kind of cool to hang out at. Not with, hang out with a bar. Anyway, here's your menu items. Fairly standard, but again, can always change. You never know. Just a few more to go. One of the areas you will not have seen before, they have an area up on the Lido called Street Eats, which starts with a seafood shack, which you've probably seen. But next to that, they have time fries. Well, they'll have special menus each day. It won't be the same every day. You'll have a different theme on fries. Steam Dream, a different theme on dumplings or something similar there. And then, pork, shrimp, whatever that was. And then there you have belugi beef at the Mad Sizzle. So again, that changes every day. And there's your menu at the seafood shack. The rest of them is changeable, so there's no menu to put up. And then lastly, we're going to end you with the 2 main dining rooms. This is the Flamingo. This is at the back of deck 6. And this is for the early and late dining. It's only on 1 level. So this is the Flamingo restaurant. It's kind of behind the Brass Magnolia. So it's not at the very aft, but it's almost at the aft, because the very aft is the other restaurant. So again, this is deck 6, the Flamingo restaurant for early and late dining. And then the Palm restaurant is on deck 6 and deck 7. This is for the Your Time, Anytime dining, which has become more and more popular as time goes on. So this is deck 6. There is another level above here on deck 7, but it's kind of the same, so I didn't show them both. And that will cover all, I think, of the main restaurants on Carnival's wonderful Mardi Gras. As you can see, there's a lot to choose from. I didn't cover the main Lido deck. It's buffets and stuff. You're familiar with that. But these are all the main restaurants outside of that you can eat at. So, there you go. I will hand you back to my friend, the suit guy. There you have it. Brilliant restaurants, huh? So I would definitely recommend checking them out. Our favorite was Rudis. I don't want to talk bad of Chibang and Cucina, but it ain't Gigi's. It ain't the full Italian, because it's free option. Here's the thing. They're always going to be a free option, in my humble opinion, because what I found out was that the main dining rooms just aren't big enough to handle all the people on that ship when it's full. Can barely handle it now when the capacities are reduced. So they're always going to have those restaurants as free options. This is why you have, they're so big. If Gigi's was the size of Chibang, it would never fill every night if you're charging for it. It has to be a smaller restaurant. So I don't think that's ever going to change. If you do the Your Time, the Anytime dining, and you can go in on the hub and select where you want to eat, and you have the choice of selecting the actual restaurant, or the Palm, or you can say China, Chibang, Palm, whichever comes first available each night. So you have that option on the hub as well. So that's there to stay, those free meals. And also the Pigeon Anchor, it's still good. I mean, I'm not complaining. They're free options. You don't expect it to be as good when it's free. But it does take away, if you go on Cucina on a regular ship where you're paying $15 for the dinner, it's going to be better. If you're going in the Pigeon Anchor on the Panorama and you're going for dinner and you're paying, it's going to be better. So just bear that in mind when you select these. Don't compare apples to oranges. It's free options to pay options, and the free options are never going to be quite as good, is it? No, Gigi's is the worst. It wasn't literally supposed to be Gigi's. I still have the floor plan that showed Gigi's, and they took it away. That was a moment of silence for the lack of Gigi's on the Mardi Gras. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. If you have any questions, please ask me. If you need help with anything, if you want to join my Facebook page, I've got a tips and advice Facebook page too. I'll put that link up there and all that good stuff. Don't forget, I have a group cruise coming up in 2024 on the celebration. If you want to join us on that, email me if you want more information and let me know. We're going to have some fun on that ship, I can promise you. Lots of surprises planned. Anyways, see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.